Hey boys and girls, welcome back to another edition of Think Different Television. Okay, we are doing reflections today. We did translations last time, now we're going to do reflections. What the hell is a reflection? Well, let's find out. See this first sentence? The transformation called a reflection. Transformations are all these things, that's what we're going to call them. That's the umbrella term. And translations of reflections are part of transformation. So a reflection is a flip of a figure in a point, line, or plane. The new figure is the image, and the original figure is the pre-image. Okay, write that stuff down from your PDF or from the video. All right, cool. So the first video, we're just going to construct it. We're not going to work on the coordinate plane. That's going to be for the second and third video. For these videos here, we're going to construct an image of this quadrilateral under the reflection of line M. So it's just a flip. So this is how we do it. Let's take a look at our notebook. Okay. Pause the video and copy this picture down. We're going to go over how to reflect or flip a particular image. So first off, this right here is called the pre-image. So before you do anything, it's called the pre-image. After you're done flipping it across this line, then that's called the image. So the way to flip it, and here's my graph paper. My graph paper is going to help me out here. So I'm going to draw a perpendicular line. Here, perpendicular forms a right angle, right? So you draw a perpendicular line here, and whatever distance this is, it has to be the same distance away. So the distance to the line is the same distance away from the line. So see how this is 1, 2, 3 boxes? So I got to go 1, 2, 3 boxes. And this is the image, so this is called A prime. Right there, that's what you say. You say A prime. Okay, so let's look at B. Going for B prime. So draw the perpendicular line, easy, right? So there's a right angle. So it's one space to the line and then one space away from the line. So the same distance away from the line, B and B prime. Boop. C here, 1, 2, 3 right here. If I draw a perpendicular line, so that means 1, 2, 3. So C prime. So make sure you label all of your points, then connect the dots, la 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 la. There you go. So it's a flip across this line. So you just took it, whoop, flipped it like that. Now this is called the image. So the one with the primes is called the image. That's what happens after the transformation is performed. That's the image. Okay, let's go over a few first. Actually, you're going to try these two whoop, down here. So let's go over a few more. So now we have a diagonal line. So now we're going to reflect this across the diagonal line. So you kind of have to improvise a little bit with this, but that's okay. We can draw it roughly. So K, we start with that. K is already on the line. And so K prime is going to stay there because it's zero distance to the line, so it's zero distance away from the line. So it's going to stay there. So if I draw a perpendicular line here for J, from a right angle, so I'm going to approximate this distance away, and that's going to be J prime. Okay. Same thing for H. So you draw a right angle, perpendicular lines is just imaginary, by the way. You want to dash, 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 you can do that. And then same distance away about, and that would be H prime. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There we go. Get rid of these for clarity if you want. That's why you have a pencil. Cool. And then now it's flipped across the line. So this is the pre-image. Label this because it's going to be using this vocabulary a lot. And then the primes, once you're done flipping it and reflecting it, it is the image right there. Cool. All right, number 2. Here's a little bit of a different one because there is some part of the shape on one side line and some part of the shape on the other side line. So you have L, M, N, O, P. Now, let's start with L. So L is on the line that we're trying to reflect to. Let's call this line L. So it's on this line, and so it's not going away from the line. So it's the same distance. So L prime is the same point. L and L prime are the same point because it's the same distance away. O and O prime are also the same point because it's the same distance away. Now let's do P. So draw your imaginary perpendicular line and same distance. So this distance and this distance should be congruent. Let's call this P prime right there. And so, whoop, if you connect that, then I flipped this part over. So now the last thing I have to do, I have to flip this over here. So I gotta do M. So M prime, draw a line over here. So M prime is like that. So this distance and this distance is the same. And then N prime like that. So there you go. Not exactly perfect, but you kind of get the idea. So if I have so this is what I just did. So I'm going to trace my image like that. So you can see it more clearly. So this is the pre-image, and then you flip the small part, then you flip the big part. So both parts are flipped. So this is the orange is the, what do you call this? Yeah, image, and then the one in pencil, the original one, is the pre-image. Cool. All right. You try now. So if you don't like my pictures, here they are. Number one. Number two, I put some letters on them because that's how it's going to traditionally be and what's going to help you with the next section. So it looks like this. Copy these down. I want you to reflect them over line L. Both of them, 1 and 2. Ready, set, go. All right, let's see how we did. See if you got it. So A prime, B prime, C prime, and D prime. Yeah. Whoop. So this is the image. So it's reflected across this line L. Got it. Okay, now let's do this one. Hopefully you got the right answer. Let's see. So this is 2 spaces away on the X. So I'm going to go 2 more spaces. This is just my picture. This is how I did it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Graph paper is so easy. This is about a half. So I'm going to go about a half. For Y prime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the line. So I'm going to go 6 away from the line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. Highlight, 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 highlight. There's my reflected image across the line. So I took it, whoop, flipped it. There you go. So the pencil part is called the what? Yeah, pre-image. And the orange part is called the what with the primes? Yeah, image. That's how we do reflections. Gonna bump it up in a rigor for the next video. Nice job so far.